And I love that journey, right? I mean, I think, machine learning, artificial intelligence is a Pandora's box potentially. We just don't know the potential of some of these technologies and capabilities,
Sure.
right? So for a lot of organizations, it can be intimidating. They know that they want to be disruptive. They want to lead the pack, but they don't know how to start on that journey. What would be your recommendation for an organization trying to think about how to grapple with some of these concepts for this journey?
Right on. It's the wrong approach is a big bang. So let's take the whole organization, right? And we're going to make this full-on commitment that, all of our marketing campaigns are fully focused in sync with our sales forecasts and fully in sync with every aspect of our operations and through the supply chain. That's the wrong approach. The right approach is let's do some focused pilots, right? Take one product, right? Take one region and take one marketing campaign and one group of your sales organization and pilot the process. Learn from what's right and what's wrong, what feels good, what doesn't feel good, because there's a cultural shift, right, in the way people are going to interact now with this newfound, not data, but insight and wisdom, that they can feel comfortable that what's coming out of the machine, right, and what's giving the recommendations is actually the right way to drive the business, right? And so if you pilot that and you show the success, then you case study that to the rest of your community, all of a sudden, right, the masses start to come, right? And then you're able to expand those pilots. So it's a land and expand approach.
Great, right? I mean, that's a nice consumable approach for most organizations, right? Is small chunks. And I think the days of the transformation as the big bang, top down, are kind of behind us, right? People are looking for smaller components, early impact back to the business, proof of value, and then iterate from there.
Right. Well, it's important, I think, though, I always want to be careful about this. Transformation, at the top, from the board of directors and the C-level, getting them committed that yes, we are on a transformation journey, right? And committed to this journey. And the point is it's a journey, right? So let's land and expand. Let's have these pilots. Let's prove out the success. In some cases, right, in the pilots, let's fail fast, right? Because in failing fast, we actually learn. One of the adages that I have is that we should never, ever, ever lose. Even if the situation doesn't play out as we had expected, through all the planning that we did. And as a result of, oh gosh, maybe there's an initial disappointment. But we learn from that experience. By learning, we've now won, right? We haven't lost. And now we're smarter next time, right? When we pilot again. So again, a stake in the ground. Yes, transformation is important, because if that message doesn't come from the leadership, right, and it's a small group that's trying to, skunk works, right, this pilot and prove it out to everybody, right, it's not going to get the momentum that the organization can really take advantage of in the end. So,
yeah. So. In terms of the stakeholder alignment at the senior level, you talked earlier about the cultural shift as well. So, we're talking about people, we're talking about technology, we're talking about process, right, combined. Where do you see the biggest challenges across those three areas for organizations going on this kind of journey?
Yeah. Well, I'm probably biased because I represent technology at IBM, right? So we think that technology is the easy part.
Yep.
However, technology is the enabler. Right, and you have an iPad, right, and we all have smartphones. So from the standpoint of trying to enable the technology to a point where it's intuitive and easy to use, right, that is core as well. So that when I download an app on my iPhone or my smartphone, and I intuitively, with a couple toggles and looking at the settings, I know how to use and work with that app, right? So that's the same with analytics technology in terms of as we progress the development of our software, making it super, super end user intuitive and friendly, not back office IT, right? Where I, as the end user, like, I don't understand what I'm looking at, or I need a different kind of report or a different type of analysis. Oh my goodness, I got to call IT. I got to get in line, right, for IT to help me out, right? Those days are gone, right, in terms of the demand from an end user standpoint. Our technology with planning analytics is actually, we're there. We're continuing to improve that user experience. So that's number one from a technology standpoint. However, probably the biggest challenge is the transformation of people, because it's a new way to do work.
Yeah.
In fact, I think we were with a customer yesterday here in New Zealand, and one of the comments was, well, goodness, I've got really smart people, they're stakeholders, they know how to get the information, they want to hold on to that information, that's powerful, right? So people come to them for this information or this knowledge, right? We have to figure out a way to break that, that down, right? And so that delivering of information is by making it accessible to the right person at the right time. That's more valuable than holding on to it. So how do you change that culture? That's human change management. That's where an organization like yours at Mindfull has that differentiation and being able to not just implement this technology, but transform the mindset of the people using this technology. If you can do that, get those people on board that yes, this information is easy, it is accessible, right? I can make impactful decisions as a result, and now I feel more confident. I'm adding more value to the organization. The organization recognizes this, and this is one of the conversations we had yesterday, in the C-suite of our customer, where let's talk about what's the right compensation to reward that kind of behavior, right? And a lot of times it's not financial, for these individuals. Sometimes it is, no doubt about it. But one example that we have with a big customer in the United States is that they needed daycare, so on site. So the company built a daycare center, right? So the young families could bring their kids in early in the morning and feel confident, right, that they could go visit them during the day if need be, and actually stay late if needed be, and the family's taken care of. Compensation aligning to that is really important in that transformation.
I'm looking forward to Mindfull's daycare opening very shortly after that conversation. But
right
look, Dan, thanks for your insight. I really appreciate your perspective and your global view on what's happening around adoption of these technologies to drive change. So thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.